We are live. Live from Bangkok, Thailand. Very quiet today, but as you can see, no clouds up above. Very nice day. Temperature's excellent. 76 degrees. So just thought I'd start out outside here because it is a lovely day. Lovely. Right now, as I said, it is 76 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, very sunny day, no rain in the forecast, high at 91, low of 73, and the heat index, the feel-like temperature is 76 degrees. Zero wind, absolutely no wind today, and you can see that. The trees are not moving one bit. Usually they're moving a little bit, but they're not moving at all. You know, what I find strange is every time I come outside, I look, and I never see anybody working on the SkyTrain, but it always seems to be progressing, and I don't think they're working at night. It is a bit hazy, which is kind of the norm. Pollution is... The air quality index is 96 right now, and it is very humid. It's 90% humidity. Even though it's hazy, visibility is 6 miles, which is about par for the course. But anyway, enough of that stuff. Today we're going to talk about the reasons to travel. I was just thinking about it because I don't have the same desire I once had to travel. And I was talking to somebody yesterday and I was like, yeah, you know, I like staying at home more. But, you know, it really depends on the place, because the right place would excite me, does excite me. And, you know, that's kind of how it works. But there are many reasons people travel. And it might be interesting to see what nationality travels the most. So we're going to get into that a little bit. We're going to talk about why people travel and also what nationalities tend to travel the most. And you might find some of them a little bit surprising. And as you can see out here, the people that are out, they've all got their masks on, unfortunately. And it's not because of the pollution. Hopefully this will go away real soon. Every day I wake up and I hope that things will get better here. And by better, I don't necessarily mean everything's gonna go back to normal. I just mean, I just wanna walk around without a mask on, without feeling like a leper, you know? Or I can go into Starbucks, I don't have to have a mask on, you know? Anyway, lots of good reasons to travel. Before I go any further, thank you to everybody who watches. All those people who help contribute in one way or another, especially those who contribute their hard-earned money. Appreciate that. If you want, you can leave a thumbs up. You can subscribe. You can go to Amazon down in the description, and won't cost you a thing, at least to me. You can get whatever you need from Amazon. I get a few cents off of that. And then, you know, there are other ways to contribute. So whatever ways you want, they're down in the description. Pretty much, you know, there's so many ways that you can, not even, I'm not talking about contributions, donations, whatever. There's so many ways to transfer money now. It's almost gotten to the point where it's like, can we just put all of them into one big pot and merge them and then just have one method? I really would like that. And I was thinking to myself, wow, if I ever move, like, I got Line, and like I use Line to call everybody. I use it to call my kids. I use it to make payments. I pay my electric bill with it. I pay my water bill with it. I pay my cell phone with it. I do all kinds of things with it. I stream with my, I do video calls with my Line account. So I was thinking, man, if I ever leave this place, I'm gonna have to get used to a whole nother system, because a lot of places don't use Line. Japan uses Line, which is where it's from. Anyway, I think we'll have a nice little stream here. I just kind of want to sit here for a minute and enjoy my coffee. I am at Starbucks, and I can tell you the value, I'm going to say, if we're going to rate cafes, the value is a 2. Starbucks is expensive, and it's not for the greatest stuff. Now, the quality of their food and drink, I'm going to give them a 3.5, because if you want a food drink, they got good stuff. You want coffee, it's average. And the ambiance and everything, I'll give that a 4, because it is very comfortable. That's the one thing about Starbucks, is it's comfortable, it's a good location. They always have a good location. And the quality of service here is really about as good as I can ask for. It's really, really good. So there you go. Let's just wrap that up real quick. A 5 for the service. Today we've got the manager is here. Yes, have a great Australia Day, everybody. The manager, Ken, is working, and also Ms. Preo. She is also working. So she's the one who made me my coffee that I promptly spilled when I banged my knee on the table walking out. So we'll go back inside in a moment. But do leave a thumbs up, please. Do subscribe. Do contribute. I am going to start doing something in the near future. I'm going to try. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. I am going to do something where it's, like members only streams and, videos and stuff like that. I just need to figure it out a little bit more, but I'm almost there. YouTube has made some changes that make it a little bit easier, and there's a reason for that for me, because while I don't have the largest number of subscribers, for sure, I'm a small channel, I have loyal viewers, and I appreciate that. But once in a while we get somebody who's a knucklehead, and sometimes that's fun, but sometimes it's a pain in the ass and disruptive. And not only that, I just think, I think it's a good idea. So anyway, let's take one more look at what's going on out here. You can see it's a nice sunny day, but it is hazy. It's a bit early now, so there's not many people out. Everybody's waiting for this place to open up, which isn't for another hour and, well, it opens in an hour and 20 minutes, but the mall doesn't open. The mall doesn't open for another 2 hours and 20 minutes. It would be nice, really would be nice for me. I know this sounds selfish here. It would really be nice if they hurried up and finished this monorail and this whole system here, because it would make things so much easier for me to get around. And that's a big, I got friends and they're like, I'm like, if you come at the right time, you can get here from your place in 30 minutes. But if you come at the wrong time, it's gonna take, an hour and a half. And so a lot of people, they're like, okay, well, I can't come at that time, so I guess I'll have to come on another day or whatever. And the same thing goes with me. Sometimes I just, really, I just don't always want to just go out into traffic, even if it is a Grab or whatever it might be. It's not like this place, this monorail is about 5 minutes from my house. And so really, I could walk here if I wanted. I could do what I usually do, which is take a motorcycle. I could take a motorcycle, and for, for about 50 cents, They could drop me off. I just jump on the monorail. Boom. I can go all the way across town, basically just about anywhere. And I mean like to the outskirts of the city, and it'll take me about 30 minutes. So, you know, I'm looking forward to when they finish this up. I'll give you one more look, but I will show you this here also. So you can see, first we'll look at over here. They are working on it, so I'm going to presume they must be working on it really late. And over here, the station is pretty much done. You can't see it from here, but the station is pretty much done. So, no. No.อะไรนะ I'm not getting. No. I'm not giving you any money. เอาทางให้ทางมอเตอร์ไซค์ไปซะฮะอะไรนะแต่เขามีมีNo. Wrong. You don't want to get hacked. Jam ได้ผู้หญิงใช่ไหม แล้วก็หยุดเป็นขี้กลัวหยุดโชกอ่ะโชกไม่ได้ Okay. You want to say hello? Hello. Hello, goodbye. All right, so, you know, some of this food is very good here, but very fattening. Not good for you. Only thing, they got the yogurt here, which is nice. All right, so let's get started here. Let's go. See if I can do this here. The guy's walking around with the freaking samurai sword. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he's walking around with a samurai sword asking. At first I was like, what? He wanted money. There's no sugar in the yogurt. The sugar's in the honey. There is no sugar in the yogurt. I'm going to hermit this week, not going to take a chance getting the big O. All right, anyway, let's see here. Do I have this right here? Now, Mark Twain, he says that travel is the antidote for prejudice. I don't know if that's true. It does help, in my opinion. But the exact quote was, "Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth all one's lifetime." Now, I do believe that. But sometimes it's nice to vegetate in the corner of your little piece of earth. I do like that as well. So, you know, but I understand what he's saying, and I do agree with it. You know, you got to see the world and see that other people, while they may be different, there are a lot of similarities, and, you know, you can find similarities. People generally want the same thing. So, but, and, you know, well, that's not really a reason, Andy. Because I can. Anybody who really wants to travel, if they've got just, you know, a few dollars in their pocket, can at least head off on a trip. And, you know, it might surprise people, but, you know, you get a little money in your pocket, you can do a lot more than you think. And I'm not talking about, you're not going to be staying at the Hilton or the Hyatt or the Oriental or something like that. But there are ways to travel, and that's why younger people tend to go on their gap year with very little money. They want to see some of the world. They're ready to get away. Now, the reason that I'm even bringing this subject up is because I was thinking to myself, I had a talk with a guy yesterday. He was telling me about how he's got all these things planned and he can't wait to get out of Australia, and how he's, I really want to get out of here, and I'm going to go travel and do this and do that. And I was like, well, right now I'm content to stay in my own little bubble. And then I started thinking about it a little bit. And I thought, yeah, you know what? This is nice for, staying in my own little bubble. I say that, and I'm good for a few days, maybe a week. And then, and I'm starting to feel that way already, I get bored. And for me, one of the biggest reasons to travel is because it keeps me feeling alive and not bored with life. If I'm just sitting at home all the time, like when the COVID first hit and they had these, pretty strict lockdowns and they were trying to scare the hell out of everybody, or they were scaring the hell out of people. I was home for 4 or 5 days in a row. I didn't go out. If I went out, it was right into the front of my house or something. And after a while, I was like, I like hanging out at home, but I'm like, man, I gotta go. I need to go somewhere. Starbucks wasn't open. A lot of places weren't open. I'm like, where am I gonna go? The grocery store? So when things finally opened up a little bit, I was like, wow, I'm so thankful because I can just get out of here. So for me, that's the big reason. Now, I haven't even looked at these reasons. I got 3 lists, and I'm sure that some of them, most people, they are traveling for the same reasons on this list. But I think, like this, I'm looking at this right here. I just browsing through it. Travel shakes things up. Well, that's what I mean about if you're bored and you need a little bit of a change. And one of the things that I noticed is that once I get out of my comfort zone, things loosen up. It does shake things up for me. I start getting ideas. I start doing things that I might not push myself to do. And so for me, that's a big reason. That's probably the biggest reason. And some of these other ones, they're not, for Andy, traveling is easier than you think. So because he wants to travel. Okay, I got it. Travel opens your eyes. My eyes are wide open. When I first started traveling, yes, it definitely opened my eyes. And now, not so much. But still, it does open your eyes. Traveling helps you learn who you are. I think I know who I am. But again, I do believe that this is a valid reason for traveling. Travel creates meaningful relationships. Yes, it has. I don't know about you guys, and I think this is something important. There are people that I've met along the road of my travels, and I'm still friends with them. There are people that, if I go to Indonesia, I know I got a handful of friends there, and I could go see one of them anytime. We could go out, and it'd be like, we just, it was just like it was yesterday. We saw each other. Traveling within Australia is so expensive. We travel overseas because we want to experience other cultures. Well, that, of course, is one of the reasons. Traveling develops skills you didn't know you had. Yes, and you may develop them and you still don't know you have them, but you just take it for granted and you just use them, these skills. like negotiating with people, that's something that a lot of people, they don't realize, hey, I'm really skillful at that. It takes time to figure that. Travel helps you learn new languages. For me, that is something that's very important because, some of the places I've been, I've been to some pretty wild places where I've learned some language, like Russia, China, Cambodia, Myanmar, Indonesia, and all of those places when I go, I always learn about usually around 20 phrases and words, and I write them down, and like now I have them in my phone. So if I was to go back to Cambodia or go to Russia or somewhere like that, I whip it out, I look, and I go, hey, here's some of the words. I remember this, and then slowly but surely it comes back, and you pick up even more. And that's really how I picked up Thai. When I first came here, I was like, first of all, I didn't like them talking, and I didn't know what they were saying because I was like, sometimes I got the opinion, that hey, maybe they're trying to pull something over on me, and then part of it was I just wanted to understand. Travel means adventure. That's a big one for me. Traveling gives you perspective, and you might not think about that, but yes, it does. Definitely, travel helps you move forward. A big trip won't just ease your transition into the next stage of your life. It'll give you a chance to reflect on where you've been and where you're going and where you want to end up. I don't know about that one because I'm a little older. I've already went through that transition. That's why I'm in Thailand. Travel shakes things up. I already said that. Here's for Andy. Traveling for the hell of it. And that's, I think, a big thing that right now is more difficult for many people. They can't just pick up and split. And I used to do that all the time. And I could do it in Thailand. And I was just talking this morning, and I was thinking about all the places I've been in Thailand. And yeah, I've been in a lot of places. I don't make it a habit to go back over and over again unless I really like the place or I have a reason for going. So, like for instance, I wouldn't go to like Mahasarakam or Khon Kaen or something like that in Thailand if I don't have a really good reason, because I've already been there. I don't really feel like I need to go back, So I wouldn't just travel there for the hell of it, Let me read some of these. G'day, mate. It opens you to new experiences, nature, cultures, and a world view. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of Americans, and I used to notice this a lot more because I'm not around many who are like this anymore because I'm here. But when I was in America and I would travel, I noticed that a lot of Americans were very limited in their thinking when it came to the world, and they thought their world was the best, the biggest, the greatest. And I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to this, but like if you were to tell somebody, oh, I'm going to, and we've talked about this, I'm going to go to Thailand. Oh, watch out for those lady boys. What are you going there for? I know you're probably going to get the girls, and maybe you are, but really that's none of their business. But that's the one thing they think of. And whether it's true or not, there are a lot of other things and a lot of other reasons why people come here. So it shows the limited view of some people because they don't travel. Or, I know people that they really, if they travel from Palm Springs to LA, that's like, I made a trip to LA. I took a trip to LA. You took a trip, you haven't been out of Southern California like ever. Or if I go back to the United States and I see someone that I knew from a place, say like in Miami, that person's, maybe they have a job or they got a business or something like that, but they are doing the same thing every day that they have been doing for the last however long, 30, 40 years. And, like for me, boredom is the big deal. Boredom and being stagnant and I get used to that. People talking, having no idea what they're saying. It's a blessing compared to overhearing most of the nonsense people are talking about when I return to the U.S. Gets you out of your comfort zone and becomes more flexible as a result. Well, that's a big thing. And, and I even said this yesterday. But when I walk outside of my house, even here, it's like I have to have a little bit of my guard up. I have to be sure that I'm aware of everything that's going on. When I'm in my house, if I'm chilling out on my recliner and I'm reading a book, I don't care what's going on in the rest of the world. You know what I mean? To me, and we make sure that we're safe and everything like that. We lock all the doors, which there was a time I remember that you didn't have to lock the doors, but okay, at night especially, you gotta lock your doors. So I feel safe, and I think that's important too. You gotta have that feeling when you're somewhere like home, but when you go out, like, you need to be aware of what's going on. And so that's why I did the safety video or stream yesterday, because you really need to be aware of your surroundings when you go out. And here, every time I go out, I'm like, okay, so now I gotta go. It's like I have to go, it's like my guard goes up everywhere. And, you just have to be aware of what's up, Would love to travel more through Europe, especially France, Spain, and Italy. And yeah, it's funny you say that because, I was thinking about it, and my buddy, who's like always trying to get me to go to Ecuador and to stay in Ecuador. And I'm thinking to myself, for me, I think I like Europe more. Now I know he's traveled all over also, and he likes Europe, and he's the guy who brought the Latvian girl back. So he loves it over there, but he loves Ecuador, and I have a feeling it has to do with Latino women, but I think he's an equal opportunity kind of guy, so I don't know if that's the main reason, but it may be one of the reasons. Maybe he prefers them to European, I don't know, but I kind of prefer Europe to, say, South America, Central America. Howdy, y'all. I found that American tourists are really loud in their own country. They seem very polite and helpful. I don't know. I think I can be loud. I know as an American I can be loud, but most of the time, I think, especially here, I'm definitely, and back in the U.S., I'm not loud because I just don't really want to talk to that many people. I'm talking to my family or friends, and then it's different. If you're having a big dinner and there's 20 people sitting at the table and everybody is trying to get their opinion across or whatever. Speaking of American knuckleheads, some douche didn't want to dispose of their Christmas tree and set it on my curb in front of my mailbox. Yeah, nice, huh? Very, very respectful. Yeah, I think that's something that is sorely lacking in the world, is the just general kindness, respect, and willingness to think, and maybe it comes from the fact that the world is going a lot faster now, or at least it seems like it is. I always notice American women tourists in Mexico, they are very loud. Yeah, I mean, I don't see, that's the thing, I don't have that here. And that is something that I am a little bit apprehensive of, and that's one reason why I do love Thailand. Very seldom am I around women, foreign women, in this country, and when I am, I either know them and I don't have a problem with them, or I don't know them and I don't want to talk to them, I don't want to know them, and they are loud and obnoxious and opinionated in a sense where they want things their way, They don't want to understand Thai culture. And I always tell that story about when, I used to have a press card where I could go into Lumpini Stadium, the old Lumpini Stadium, and also Rajdamnern Stadium, and I would be on the ring apron, or I'd be standing up on the ring, and I would take photos. And one girl came up and she started to move towards the ring, and the judge said to her, no, you can't. And what it was she wasn't allowed to touch the ring because she was a woman, and in this culture, at least in the past, you were not allowed as a woman to touch the ring that a male is fighting in. It's viewed as bad luck, bad juju. And so I told her, I said, listen, you're not allowed. And she got pissed off, and I'm like, listen, honey, I don't make the fucking rules. I'm like, this is their culture. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it, but don't get pissed at me, and don't get pissed off. Don't expect them to change everything for you. They're not going to. And I always remember that. And then there's been a couple of times when I've been in line and somebody has done something, and the Thai woman has gone berserk, and I'm like, what the fuck? The American woman, sorry. That is because they're intoxicated. Well, booze does have a big reason for some of these problems. The louder they talk makes people understand. Sometimes you have to talk over people. I understand that, but most of the time, it does nothing for your argument. I believe after a few trips, OS, you become travel savvy. Do your research on scams and how much things cost. Aussie tourists can be very obnoxious too. I try to avoid them on my travels. I try to avoid drunk people. American tourists at Watts just don't get it. I don't know what they don't get. I understand that, if you wear a pair of shorts and flip-flops, really, you just need to bring a sarong, or you need to rent one and go into the temple and show them the respect. You wouldn't go into the Vatican dressed in a thong. So, what makes you think you can go and do whatever you want here? So, and that puts you in touch with their own culture, but some people don't want to be in touch. They want to travel and and this thing is that, honestly, I believe I have kept enough of my American tendencies to make me happy, and the things that I had, the amenities and other things that I had in America, but yet I've also incorporated, I live in Thailand, so I've incorporated that into my life because I live here. Hey Carlos, how you doing? Travel gives you a sense of accomplishment. Well, it can, yes. I guess it depends on where you go. If you're going off to some difficult place to go, of course it does. If you're going down, a couple of miles away, not such a big deal. Travel is literally food for thought, and that is true. Travel will keep you thinking. Travel gives you cool stories. I'm here to tell you that. Oh God! Now this one, come on. Let's not get too sappy. Traveling proves that dreams do come true. Well, I got a dream. I have a dream, and it's gonna come true. And I can't say I dreamed of coming to Thailand, but once I came here, and once I was in the Netherlands, and I started thinking about moving somewhere, I remember talking to my father, and he was talking about how, I think I had just come back from London, and when I came back, even though the owner of the company said, yeah, you can take off, when I came back, he said, well, you know what, you took off, now I'm going to close the department. and somebody else kind of took over and just did things on a much smaller scale, so he didn't have to pay me. And I was talking to him, and I said to him, I remember this very clearly, where I said to him, I don't only have to live and work in the United States. And that was about 32 years ago. Longhorns, buenos dias. You've got the lovely little icon there, or whatever it's called. He's take a look. Take a look at Longhorn's little, what the hell do they call those things? The little, the little picture next to his name. I think he's trying to do, he does that on purpose to make me remember. Just be respectful, it's not your country. Bless you, Longhorns. Traveling can be great as long as you don't have that entitled attitude and open yourself to new experiences and culture. Yes, definitely. and live streams and chats can be great too, as long as some guy named Chuck doesn't accidentally or not accidentally drop his pants halfway down so you can see his butt crack. Which, if you look at Longhorns' little icon there, that's what it is. That's Chuck's butt. I can't believe you put that up at... I never realized that was what it was. Oh, God. All right, let me go on here. What's on the list here? Traveling proves that dreams do come true. Travel challenges you, and it does. Getting your daily latte at the same place and staring at your screen at your 9 to 5 every day, not nearly interesting enough. Even if you choose work on the road, you'll have to find a new place to drink your latte, and depending on your situation, finding coffee and foamy milk or a good place to sip them could prove to be a sizable challenge. Well, not in Thailand, where they got a million different coffee shops. Travel is full of moments of joy and challenges. Overcoming the challenges gives you some of the greatest joys of all. I'm thinking more like not finding a cafe is a challenge. In Myanmar, I was in Myanmar, and I had told my wife, I said, I'll call you no later than 48 hours after I arrive. And she says, okay, make sure you do that. So it had been like 4 days that I hadn't contacted her because the internet was so bad, and it was expensive to call, and I just was like, I'm not gonna, and it was a pain in the ass, and you couldn't always call, and we were in, I was up in northern Myanmar, and I'm just waiting for, like some a voice IP place or something. And so finally I sent a Twitter message to her, and I was able to get that out, but it was so hard to get internet and decent phone service that was the challenge, So some things like a latte can be a challenge, and other things could be like climbing a mountain could be a challenge as well. Greetings to all, and to all greetings. for what that's worth. All right, let's see here. Okay, Scott and all, got to get on the road. You're allowed to travel? Enjoy Australia Day and God bless America. Well, yeah, okay. I'll take that. Take care, Dallo. I will talk to you later. All right, so let's see here. Let's go back here. Where are we? Traveling gives you perspective. Well, we already went over that. All right, so let me look at another one here and see what they say. Because I got another little list here. In shots per capita. Yeah, I'm not worrying about that right now. I don't want to look at it. All right, so this list is a little bit different. Why do people travel? To visit family, okay. To spend time with friends, okay. To find better weather. Now that's a big one for the Europeans who come here. I don't know, I mean, like, listen, the weather is good here. It's very good. And I like it for the most part, but it can get extremely hot here. But it doesn't mean that there aren't other places in the world where you can go and get some great weather, Yeah, I'm surprised that they don't really have, I didn't see that on the list, the triangle. Why don't they have the triangle on the list? Let me see here. Oh, well, you could say, it says to find love. That's number 6. Are you unlucky in love? Live in a small town and just can't meet anyone? Then go traveling. Yeah, that's a great way. The very least you'll find is someone with the same desire to travel and experience different cultures, countries and cultures as well. Going traveling certainly doesn't guarantee you'll meet the love of your life or find the triangle. But traveling around certainly gives you loads of opportunities to meet new people. I don't think I've ever really gone to a country, aside from Thailand, and found love. I've found a triangle. I've found a good time. I've met plenty of friends. I've met people and become friends with them, and and had the triangle, and had little what do you call it? I've had a guide. I've had a guide for the duration of my trip. And what I always say, and Gennaro, maybe you need to remember this. Aside from one of your barista that you end up marrying and making your future ex-wife, is that it's the icing on the cake. Literally. They are the icing on the cake. They are not the cake. My main reason is I haven't been there and would like to go or go back. Simple. Well, there's an underlying reason why you would like to come. And I think with Thailand, you could say, oh, it's the triangle, oh, it's, I want to go see the temples or whatever, but I think it has more to do with the vibe. And I always say that, but I think, whatever the vibe is in a particular country, whenever you start picking up the vibe and you start feeling it, and you're like, man, this place is great, and then it continues, I think it gives good reason to want to be in a place, I know of many communities where a majority of residents refuse to leave their little area they lived in the past. Yeah, I know people just like that, Jim. And you know, there's always going to be people like that. And as I said, you know, I just don't have the same desire to go running around. You know, oh, I got to go here and go to there. I still would go, but I'm not as gung-ho. I'm not like ready to just. I have to think about it a little bit more now. You know, and to each his own. I mean, you know, like, listen, why worry about them, though? They can do whatever they want. And I've told this story. When I first came over here, I used to tell my friends, oh, you got to come over here. You got to come over here. Hey, man, you can crash at my place or whatever. Yeah, I'll go over there. And really, very few have ever come. And it really doesn't have much to do with me as opposed to, because I watch and they never go anywhere. Maybe the ones who live in like California, Southern California, will go to, what the hell is it? Tijuana. They'll go to Tijuana for the weekend or something. Maybe. Yeah, his little photo icon is pretty funny. You know, maybe they'll go somewhere like that, but that's a big deal. You know, as I said, I know people that, you know, for them to go an hour and a half away from their house is a big thing. And, you know, you go back, they're doing the exact same thing, even if living in the same house. And, you know, there's nothing really wrong with that. But, you know, for people like us, or some of us in this stream, some of us are living in the basement, but Joshua Tree, Mammoth, Big Bear. I used to live up in Big Bear for a while. My sister's only been out of Victoria once. She is 68. Wow. What is not keto? Non-keto for sure. I don't know. Beach resort in the Caribbean, Cancun. You know, one of the nicest places that I went to, I've been to the Bahamas before, and that was very, very nice. Virgin Islands and the Cayman Islands. That was sweet. I don't know how it is now. I don't know how the islands are now. I would like to go there and check it out. Yeah, I'd like to see, you know, hey, what's going on in it. But, you know, I'm sure that it's just like any other island where if you're there long enough, you're going to get island fever. You're going to want to leave. And I know people might, you know, they might kind of scoff at this, but when you're in a place, it doesn't matter where it is. Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, wherever it might be. If you're there long enough, then it becomes home, and then you want a vacation from home. And so to some people, it might be, oh my God, you're in paradise, and you want though to go some other place. You want to go see some other kind of grass that might be greener, you know. All right, so let me get back to this list here. We said to find love in the triangle, find better weather, to discover new cultures. Okay. I find that interesting. I don't know that that's not the single reason why I say to myself, I really want to go check this out because I want to go check out their culture. You know, I'd like to spend some time in the Balkans, check that out. I don't know about the culture, you know. To find themselves, well, yeah, I did that when I first came came to Thailand. I thought I'm gonna spend a year and kind of, you know, get back to just being me without anything that I had to do. Just I can just get up when I want, go when I want, and do whatever the hell I feel like doing. And for the first couple of months, I went nuts. I mean, you know, I went nuts because I was like, the sky's the limit. I can do anything I want, you know. But then after a while, you know, you settle in, you know. Jannar, do we have to bring him up all the time? Is there a reason? Are you like trying to stick it to me? You fucking with me, Gennaro? Jesus Christ. I was just in Chiang Mai too and showed a video of Chiang Mai food, and the food looked delish. It was delish. You with the fucking pad krapow. Jesus Christ. Let's make some pad krapow. That's like one of the easiest dishes to cook out of all the Thai dishes. Can you cook it, Gennaro? I'm interested in knowing. Can you cook any Thai food? Because I'm thinking about changing this channel into a hands only. You only see the hands, and there's nothing but cooking. That's all it is. Let me come. I'm thinking about it. And I won't be back. Why would I go back? Again, it's kind of like, listen, I'm following Longhorns. If I wanted to go back, I would. Why would I go back there? I can get, honestly, I'm not saying this stuff was bad. It wasn't bad at all, but I can get a similar dish right across the street, right in the mall here, and it will cost me probably 25% less. And not only that, I don't have to go halfway across town. So, you know, you don't cook. You need to learn how to cook that. That's pretty easy. I have lived many places where after doing some soul searching, I knew that I didn't belong. Looking back, there are only a handful of places where I knew I belong. And do you feel like you belong in Thailand? That's a good question, you know. Couples in East China, living in China with my Thai wife and very happy, but the travel bug bites. If you like, Gennaro, I'm just trying to be me, honest and straightforward. Ugh. Yeah, I lived in Big Bear. And it was because I was working in Ontario, California. I was working in Sorry, Gennaro. I was working in Ontario, California, and this guy that I knew had a place up in Big Bear. And he didn't stay there much. He stayed out in LA. And so, thank you. And so he's, you know, I was telling him, listen, I could use a new place or whatever. And so he said to me, well, you can, you know, I got a place. I got like downstairs is a bedroom, and it's like a little apartment down there. If you want, you can stay there. I'll give you the key. You go downstairs, you stay there whenever you want. So I did. I did that for a couple of years. It got to be a bit of a haul because I was on a motorcycle. So going up that mountain and going down the mountain every day was brutal. You know, because you're constantly worried about, am I going to go over the side of the mountain? Yeah, I'm not in a big hurry to do 1 million trips, you know, or 5 or 6 trips. I'm not in a big hurry, you know. All right, let me look at some other ones here. To find themselves, to find love, wanderlust. Wanderlust is a strange word, but what does it mean? Descended from the German word wandern, meaning to walk and lust, which is described as a very strong or irresistible impulse. Well, I've had that before. In short, it means that you travel because you have the urge to. There you go, Andy. That's you. That has been me. It's me on a lesser scale now. You may not have one particular factor that made you book a flight. All you know is that you want to travel and you want to travel now. That'd be Longhorns as well. Number 8, you won the lottery. That's a good one. Some people who have millions have no idea what to do with the money. You know, that's the thing. I don't understand what some of these people are thinking. They win the lottery. They win a few $1,000,000. You can travel very easily. And, you know, especially if you're staying 2-3 months in one place and you're not staying in 5-star hotels everywhere, you know, paying $500, $1,000 a night. I mean, you know, you can stay in a decent hotel, travel once in a while, and you'll never run out of money. So I don't understand what's going on with that. I have not been to Morocco. No, I have not. All right, so that's another list. Now, I have to tell you, I have something else here, another, because I was wondering about this. I was wondering about this because I thought, okay, well, why do people travel, and who travels the most? So I looked up the nationalities that travel the most, and I thought this was rather interesting, and you might find this surprising. I don't think you guys will be able to guess the number 1 country, and don't go looking. I got 10 countries here, and number 10 is France. They travel domestically 3.1 trips per person per year, and internationally 0.40 trips per year. So I guess that's every 2.5 years they're traveling international. Okay, that's number 10, France. Number 9 on this list is Australia, and they travel internationally about the same, but they travel domestically a little bit more. 3.4 trips domestically, 0.4 trips internationally. So, number 8, Canada. 1 trip a year internationally, 3.2 trips domestically. Number 7, New Zealand. 0.5 trips internationally, 3.8 trips domestically. I'm surprised that number 6, Hong Kong. 4.3 trips outbound, that's internationally, and 0.03 trips domestically, because there's really not that many places to go in Hong Kong that, I mean, you know, Hong Kong's a small place. Number 5, Norway. Norway, 2 international trips a year. 3.20 trips domestically. Okay? So that's, you know, Hong Kong, you know, 4.30 trips internationally, but, you know, it's Hong Kong. There's not a lot you can do in the country when it comes to travel. So Norway is number 5, 2.0 and 3.20. Number 4, Denmark. 1.4 trips internationally and 3.9 trips domestically, which is pretty interesting. On average, there are 1 million Aussies out of the country at any given time. Thank you, Pat Pong. UK has to be top of the. Everyone here wants to escape the reality of Yoda's swamp. A lot of variables: land, border, countries, weather, population, wealth, education, governments. Yeah, there are a lot of variables, and I would think that the more affluent countries are traveling more as well. But let me go on here. Number 3, Sweden. 1.5 outbound trips per year, 4.4 domestic trips per year. So the Swedes, the Danes, and the Norwegians make up 3, 4, and 5. Number 2. Anybody got a guess? Number 2? The United States. Now, they travel the most domestically for a very good reason. And the least internationally. 0.20 trips outbound per year, which means they travel internationally about once every 5 years. And yet they rank number 2 in this list. But 6.5 domestic trips on average per year. So 6.7 total trips per person. Sweden is 6 trips. Denmark is 5.3. Norway is 5.2. What would be the number 1 country? Anybody? Anybody got a guess? I know there's a lag, but earlier I said Germany. PIDCAP. You would be wrong. South Korea, PIDCAP. You would be wrong. Russia, PIDCAP. UK, PIDCAP. you would be wrong. You're wrong. It's either Mexico or across the water, because Canada isn't on my list of places to go as an American. It would be easy to travel domestic in Scandinavia, smallish. Finland. Did you look that up, Jim? It is Finland. Russia, surprisingly, Russia's not even on the list. And also China is not on the list. Very surprising to me. And UK not on the list. Why? I don't know. This is from the World Atlas. So there you go. Very interesting. Well, that comes a bit. It's a bit surprising to me to see Finland all the way at the top there. They take 1.7 trips internationally, 5.8 trips domestically, which is 7.5 trips per year. Germany's not on the list. But I had no idea, because I don't see many Finns. Now, I had mentioned that the other day I talked to this guy from Finland who happened to be with this lady who I met here and I've talked to a couple times, just said hello. And she's got a couple of kids, and I guess he's her new boyfriend or whatever, and he's a Finn. So, but I really don't see many Finns. I see a fair number of Americans, less so with the Swedes, less so with the Danes. I think Jono has a friend that's from Finland. Hong Kong, yeah, once in a while. New Zealand is number 7, ahead of Australia. Number 8 is Canada. I have not seen all that many Canadians in a while here in Thailand, and you know, I wanted to see something here. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out here. All right, because I saw something about this morning on a video. Okay, here we want to get a reason for travel. Here's a reason for becoming an expat. Why do Westerners move to Thailand? Common migration motives were a preference for Thai lifestyle and culture, low living cost, a warm climate, and readily available attractive sexual partner. Most Westerners in country reported feeling well assimilated. Half had Thai partners, and most planned to stay for life. I did used to say I plan on staying for life, and you know, I think now it's about 80-20. And when I say stay for life, you know, it could be that maybe my wife and I, when we get older, we travel, I don't know, a month, 3 months, 6 months out of the year, but we still are based here, we still live here. I don't really know, you know. It's like saying, I'll never do this or I'll never do that. And, you know, never say never. We have to fly a long way just to leave our country, and if you're not going south, it's a long ways across the water. That's a big negative. Yeah, for sure. All right, I want to see this here. I'm trying to figure out, where is it at here? Some demographics here, expatriates. All right, this is 2010. All right, here we go. Population doesn't have expats. Deaths, life expectancy, fertility rate. Amount of money spent on international travel per person may be a better stat. Yeah. Might be, because you know it's easy. It's easy to do a quick border run, you know, or just like for an American to go over to Mexico, and then they count that. But I don't know why they don't. More Americans aren't taking more international trips. Where the Americans make up for it is their travel to other states. Let me see something here. I'm trying to find the number of expats. Let's put it this way. And it's very difficult to find this. The population of expats now as opposed to, say, 2018. I'll let Chuck know that, Jim. Let's see if I can find this here. Yeah, it's very, very limited, the number that you can get here, the statistics on expats. Well, I think he cares more about, you know, how much is Chucky traveling. Let's put it this way. Really would like to find this out. Where have you been? Was there really that much doubt? Maybe he'll enjoy that. Someone actually thought he was straight. Thai population stats. Oh, this might work. Let's see here. Population 70 million in Thailand. Now, there's a paragraph here that says a population heavily affected by the AIDS epidemic. So the fact that they still have this in here, we've kind of, I think a lot of people have started to forget about it, but maybe it's just me. A large expat community. There are thousands of Western expats living in Thailand, many of which live in the northeastern region, and 90% of which with Thai spouses. I don't know that it's 90%. However, the largest community of foreigners are the Burmese, followed by the Cambodians and Laotians. There are over 770,000 Cambodian migrants in Thailand, about 5% of the total population of Cambodia. Around 3.87% of Thailand's population are of foreign origin. Speaking of Laos, I've seen quite a few comments and messages, gotten a few messages about people moving to Laos and people living there or previously lived there and they're going to move back. I don't know that I would want to live there, but maybe it's changed from the last time that I've been there. No, that is not beer. She's not here. Sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. That would be Miss Preo. Let me see here. Maybe I can. National Statistical Office of Thailand. Of course, you can't find their website. It won't come up. Their website is down. Well, you know, it's very difficult, I think, for Thais to handle other Asian countries. You know. And I'm a firm believer they want to live in Thailand. Maybe they could handle Japan, Korea, but they don't particularly want to live in Indonesia, Malaysia, maybe Singapore, not China, maybe Taiwan, maybe. But like Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos, they don't want to live there. They got no desire to live there. All right, let me see if I can find this. I'm going to try to pull this up here. Okay, approximately 66.2 million, and also not Vietnam, expats live around the world. And the top 5 countries with the highest share of expats in total population are Qatar, UAE, Kuwait, Jordan, and Singapore. Actually, now supposedly it's up to 73 million from the previous. Where are the biggest expat communities? Taipei, Kuala Lumpur, Ho Chi Minh, Singapore, Montreal, Lisbon, Barcelona, and Zug, Switzerland. Sorry. Where are expats the happiest? Mexico. Wow. That's surprising to me. Bali is a small place, you know, so I don't think there's going to be a huge number of people there. Maybe by percentage, but as far as the numbers go. Okay, survey, another survey. It's really difficult to get. I mean, you would think they would have it. It was something like 80,000. I thought it was 80,000 5 years ago. That's what it says on this site here. Global expatriate size segmentation and forecast for the world market. All right, let's see. What does this say? Another, you know, they I'm surprised that it doesn't pop up like on International Living or some other website like that. Well, I will tell you this. They do have a link up to the 5 best places for expats to live in Thailand, which I'm always interested in knowing. Chiang Mai, is that any surprise? Koh Samui. That makes me not want to live there. Bangkok. Hua Hin. Phuket. So no real surprises there. Hey, you know, I haven't seen the Japanese guy in, what's his name, Kenshenzai or something like that. I haven't seen him here in a long time. Let's see here. Oh, the northern part of Thailand. Thailand is a great place to live, full or part-time. After spending time in the country, many expats are told by their friends that they look 10 years younger. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. There you go, Gennaro. There's another one. Another barista for the day. I can't find it. I don't see it. I'm gonna have to really look. I don't want to sit here looking for it all day. But I thought it was something like 80 because they just came out with something. I saw it. It came out like 2 days ago. This article that 2-3 days ago was talking about how things are changing here. Yeah. Anyway. The magic of the triangle. You know, for some people, I think the triangle makes people old. You know. All right, let me. Let's see here. The plan. I love Mexico City. Yeah, I'm not sure about Mexico City there, JRD. That's pretty cool, but 3 million now in Japan. I have been here for more than 45 years. Very happy. Anyone can own land or have a business. 100% your name. Yeah, I mean, they are, things are very restrictive here. And, you know, after reading that article yesterday about the weed and it changing over. Everybody's getting so excited, and I understand it's, it's a step in the right direction, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's not like people are going to be, hey man, now we can go to Thailand and all get high and we don't have to worry about getting arrested. That's not how it is. So all these people that are getting so excited about it, and the news is just using it to make things seem like, everything's going to change here. It's going to be years, in my opinion, before they ever even consider allowing people to smoke big fatties dripping with THC. I am sure. When was the last time you were what? I missed this. Not if the triangle makes baby triangles. Well, that can age you. Although I still think I look pretty good for my age. My Thai wife aged me 20 years, so I get 10 years when I finally relocate to Thailand. I think so. Pebble dashing. What? What's the triangle? Is it the... if you gotta ask. No retirement visa in Japan, but very easy to get permanent residency. Non-Japanese cannot own land in property in Japan. You would definitely have to learn Japanese to live in Japan, only speaking. Yeah. I don't think I would want to live in Japan. Maybe if I started there when I was younger and I had a little bit of knowledge of the language and all that kind of stuff, but not now, for sure. You can grow, but you still have to have a license, which means you have to pay someone else. Well, you can. It doesn't matter. You're missing the point, fire dude. People who have a license, you can grow it, and you don't have to have a license to grow it. Anybody can grow it at their home. You need to grow it to use it for commercial purposes. In order to, if you're going to grow it for commercial purposes, you need a license. It's the amount of THC that they allow is 0.2%. So they don't just let anybody grow buds and use them and allow them to sell for people to get high on. The stuff that they're selling now, you're not going to get high on. So that's my point. Everybody's getting so excited about this, but until they say, okay, we're going to start selling edibles, and you want to buy bags of weed or pre-rolled joints, big fatties, I wouldn't get too excited. Bearded clam. Anyway, all right, well, listen, I don't know what the deal is. Let me see something here. Is this the same? There's a lot of people in here now. You got 3 drivers over here. I don't think that the government would have a reason to be able to come into your house if you're like smoking weed. As long as you're not causing any trouble, I believe if you're at home and you're smoking it, they're probably not going to do anything. It's in a gray area now, and they still need to vote on that and make the laws about it. That's the thing. Until that passes, and I don't know that they're going to do that. I don't think they will, at least not at first. I just wouldn't get too excited about the weed. The fact that they can sprinkle it on in tea or on pizza and use it as an herb like oregano, I just don't think that really matters. Let me see here. I'm still trying to find this. Ooh. Chinese expat employee population, mostly in Bangkok, has doubled from 2011 to 2016. It is the largest foreign community in Thailand. Wow. I really would like to know the numbers, the exact numbers, to see how they've gone over the past few years. There's a little project for me. I'm gonna have to look at that. Does anybody want to know 10 things to do in Thailand? And we're not going to say smoke weed. Experience Thai massage. Taste new latitude wines. Listen, I gotta be honest. The wines in Thailand are not bad, but they're not great. That's my opinion. They're just not that great. I'd rather have a Chilean or Australian wine or Italian wine any day. Get off the beaten track. All right, that's a... Explore the Anzac history in Kanchanaburi. That is nice. That is definitely, that's nice for, you could spend a couple of days doing that and have some fun. Travel by tuk-tuk. Once. Visit a World Heritage UNESCO site. Visit an island. Find a festival. Eat like a local. Oh, that looks good right there. Petni Karat. Shop till you drop. Can't you do that anywhere? Yeah, there's your 10 right there. Now let me see here. I smoked 2 joints before I smoked 2 joints, and I smoked 2 more in time. Oh, God. Song. I don't know how you would say joint in Thai. Why would you visit Nana Plaza now? You wouldn't want to visit it right now. I don't know. Well, yeah, it's a gray area right now, and all right, now your girl's working, Gennaro. One of your girls. Let me see something here. I gotta. This is a good one here. If it's the right. Okay, the 6 worst reasons to move abroad. Here are 6 bad reasons to move abroad: to get married, to go see your online lover. She's not here. Tian and Preo. Beer is not here. Get her out of your head. Jesus, you're obsessed with her. I have to tell her to watch out for you. Now that's not a good reason to move. It's a good reason to travel if you want to travel. It's the icing on the cake, as I said. Moving abroad will make your life feel perfect. Actually, it says make your life perfect. That's like saying it's paradise. You'll lower your cost of living. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think you can lower your cost of living by moving here if you're smart with your money and you're frugal and all these other things. A majority of expats have dramatically lowered their cost of living with the same or better lifestyle. However, those who moved abroad solely to lower their cost of living tended to be unhappy. That's because what people who moved abroad for reasons other than lowering their cost of living would see as a positive, people who moved abroad solely to lower their costs see as an annoyance. For example, those who move overseas for a lower cost of living are more likely to be annoyed by a new culture, while others may see this as an opportunity to gain new perspective and deepen their experiences. I think that's bullshit. Sorry, I think that's a bullshit reason here. You think it will be like home, only sunnier with nicer people. That's true. Thai people are very nice, but you know what? I find it in the United States, at least when I go there, maybe because I'm visiting, the majority of people tend to be pretty nice. I don't have major issues. Then I'm not getting into political conversations. You know. you're trying to avoid legal problems. Well, I've said that for a long time. You can't run away from your problems. They'll catch your ass now. Number 5, you think you can break laws and get away with it. There tends to be more freedom in daily life in places like Central America than in the US or Canada. However, expats said that you cannot break the law in a serious way and get away with it. If you're on drugs, it's a bad reason to move to Nicaragua because they'll put you away for 20 years, said Jewel Hoff, formerly from Las Vegas and now building a ranch in rural Nicaragua. Number 6, you don't have the willpower to break inexpensive bad habits. Jewel Hoff also warned us about the downside of a lower cost of living when she cautioned from personal experience. It's more difficult to stop smoking here because a pack of cigarettes is so cheap, $1.10. Listen, I think smoking's a bad habit no matter how you look at it. Wait, I thought you were supposed to eat the icing. Anyway, guys, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Get a t-shirt, get a book, whatever. So, those are some reasons to travel. These are the 17, what other was the other list? Oh, 10 powerful reasons. Well, oh God. I think you guys are thinking a little bit too, don't overthink it, all right? None of you. Don't overthink it. I'm not talking about that kind of icing. If there's one thing most elderly people encourage young adults to do, it's to travel more and see the world. You don't have to take expensive vacations or holidays to travel. Traveling is all about visiting someplace that you've never been before with an open schedule. When you do this, your mind becomes receptive, and you get more opportunities that will improve the quality of your life. Your wife? Freudian slip. Improve the quality of your life. Oh God, that's funny. I would like to think that travel improves the quality of your life, but I'm not so quick to jump on the bandwagon on that one. Because, think about something. How many times have you planned a vacation and then you plan it all, and especially when you're with a woman, she wants you to do so many things. I can say I've had this experience with more than one woman, like my mother, my wife, girlfriends, where they want to go on a trip somewhere, and when you go there, they got so many things to do, it's not relaxing. You're like, hey, let's slow down. I want to stop to smell the roses. But it's, we got to go here, we got to go there, then we're going to go here, then we're going to go there. It's like, Jesus Christ, I don't feel relaxed. Why do I have to go everywhere? I want to take my sweet ass time. Now, here's some benefits of travel. Finding your purpose. It can help. What does it eat? What does it eat? Pray? No, eat, sleep, and lay, or eat, sleep. Eat, sleep, and pray. You'll realize that your home is your world. My world is my bubble. My first overseas trip was when I was 21 to Europe. I think mine was when I was like 13 or something. And I went to the Bahamas when I was 16. I think I went to the Caymans when I was 13 or 14. Yeah. shit, shower, and shave. Those are the, what's that? Those are the reasons to go to travel. You realize that your home is your world. You realize how little you know. That's number 3. Now that's true. When you go abroad and you find out people are doing something, you go, why are you doing it that way? And then they give you a reason, you're like, oh. And sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. Number 4, you'll realize how similar people are. Okay, I can relate. Number 5, you'll realize that it's easy to make friends. Okay. Now, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, like, there is something to be said about when you're backpacking and, you know, you just, I mean, listen, when I was traveling around and shooting for magazines and for boxing magazines, travel magazines and stuff, I remember standing in line this is about 18 years ago or something, standing in line at immigration. I think it was Indonesia, and there was this girl standing kind of in front of me to the left, and I had my passport, I had my backpack over my shoulder, I had my passport, and she saw my passport. My passport was like that thick, and she goes, oh my God, so thick. I was like, yes, I know. And then she's like, well, what do you do? Oh, I, you know, take photos and blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, she's like, oh, you gotta tell me about this and tell me about that. And I'm like, oh God. Very easy to meet people that way. You know, they all want to know. And then there was another time I was up on some temple and she saw me like shooting video and she's like, what are you doing? I'm making a video. Oh, are you on the YouTube? Are you on the YouTube? And as soon as I said yes, how do you do that? Can you tell me how? How can I do it? How can I start a channel? You know what I mean? Like, so now it's a little easier to create some distance. Shower, shit, and shave. I shit differently in Thailand. I shower twice as much and shave 99% more. Well, I don't know if you heard Longhorns, but my buddy who was in Ecuador, his house has five bathrooms, and he told me he's got bidets in every single bathroom, and he put them in his bathroom. There's 2 bathrooms in California where he lives, and several of his friends in Ecuador have already installed bidets because they're convinced now that water is the way to go, not toilet paper. And so I feel like I had a part in that. Because, you know, I have been pushing with the whole don't use toilet paper, use the water. You know, it's the better way to go. Well, you know, it's not a huge house, I think, and I think the bathrooms are relatively small. I don't think it's a mansion. But anyway, I think, you know, he said he got the place. It was 50 grand for the house to build the house and 50 grand for the land. I think it was just over 100,000. Paris syndrome, a sense of disappointment exhibited by some individuals when visiting Paris who feel the city was not what they expected. Oh, I thought it was the Paris syndrome was having to do with Paris Hilton. I thought that had to do with Paris Hilton. Days are great. Especially when you see sheeple wrestling over toilet paper. Oh, I love that. I love the fact that they fight. You have these people in Walmart or Target or wherever the hell they are, in a grocery store, brawling over toilet paper. And I'm like, I don't get it. Now, you know, I don't know, is there a shortage of wet wipes? I mean, that's the backup right there. Yeah, I can't say that. It's been a long time since I've experienced some real culture shock. I did experience it in China when I said how we stopped over on the side of the road and the guy went into the bathroom and then I had to go in there and I walk in and there's no walls, no nothing. It's just a row of toilets. The guy's pinching a loaf. I didn't need to see that. That was culture shock. Oh man, here we go again. In Japan, only one name allowed on house land title. I am from the U.S. My wife is Japanese. If we divorce under the law, she gets nothing. Line is from Korea. I thought line was from Japan, man. People that fight over oh, okay. Bidets are great. Wrestling over toilet paper, not giving a second thought about next man's tea towel holder. No, Line, a messaging app made by South Korea's Naver Corp that took off in Japan, just crossed 100 million users globally after it launched. Well, it says it's made by South Korea, so there you go. Be proud, Longhorns. Of course, the author of this article is Korean. Let's see. But it is big in Japan, obviously. That's the other thing. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I'm like, how many apps do you need? It's like there's one app that they really use in Vietnam. There's, here in Thailand, they like Facebook, and they like Line. In Japan, they like, certain ones. In China, and it's like, if you go into different countries, then it's like, oh, I'm going to have to install this one. How many freaking apps do you need on your phone? Best place to buy tech in Bangkok, in your opinion? Depends on what tech you're talking about. Specifically. I mean, if you're talking about laptops, La Lisa. I knew you were going to bring her up. I mean, you can go to places like Fortune Town. Yeah, Fortune Town. Which is right in the center. Pretty much. It's right by Asok and Ramen 9. But it really, Andy, it depends on what you're looking for. That's a good place to go, though. It's a good place for most things. I don't think she's upset, Gennaro. I think you're reading into it. Both of them are over there laughing and yapping. What happened? There are places in Fortune Town that I would trust to build a computer for me, a PC. But like I can go right down the street. There's Pantip Plaza. Or Pantip Bangkok. There's also Pantip, the more famous one in Pratunam, and you know, you can go in there, and that's all they do is sell that kind of shit. And over here, I mean, you know, I can go over here and get a computer made. I can buy a laptop, or I can get one in the here in the mall. I mean, I don't have to go to Fortune. So again, it depends on what you want specifically, you know. I mean, they have an IT city in Pantip over here, you know. So a mic, Wi-Fi. Looking for, you mean like a Bluetooth mic? I think I need another little thing over here. And this is important to us. Why me so hungry? It's not important. I'm very happy that your mama feels you're witty, but why is that important to us? Yeah, dude. I mean, you can go in a. You don't have to go to a. You don't have to go to an IT place or. Just go to a mall, man. They're all over the place. There's places in the mall here that you can go and get great stuff for, quality stuff, and you're not gonna. You know, you can go to places in IT centers, and you know there are little small shops where if something goes wrong, which doesn't happen very often. You know, you may or may not be screwed. That happens more with phones than those kind of items. But I mean, there's the Banana IT. There's the J Mart. There's all kinds of places where you can get that stuff. I mean, I just bought. Do I have them? I had another pair of headphones. You know. And they were pieces of shit. I bought them here. I had another pair. I lost them. Then I bought this pair, and I thought, okay, they look okay. They were pieces of shit. And they were the same price as this one. The problem is the other ones, the battery, I still have them. The battery goes dead after like 30 minutes, 45 minutes out of the left doodad. You know, the left, what do you call it? The you know, pod. I bought this one, this headphone, and 900 bahts. It's 890 baht, and these things are fantastic. But I bought them right here in the mall. You mean Rode? If you're gonna get something like that. If you're looking for something, yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what you're using it for. You can get the Rode wireless mic, the Wireless Go. They got that you get that at a photography shop. You can go at like, what the hell's the name of the place? Photophile. So, I mean, you know. Andy, make a little list up. Make a little list up of stuff that you need or stuff you want to see, and when you come here and we meet up, I will direct you in the right direction, or I'll take you there, or whatever we got to do. I'll help you out. I'll set you up. But some of those things, you know, like a Rode mic, this kind of stuff, regular microphone, whatever it might be, very easy to get. As far as the best mic, again, it really depends on what you're using it for. There's a lot of people that like Sennheiser. There's a shitload that are really good, if not better than Rode. But Rode is a very, very good product. I have a couple of Rode mics actually. I think I have 3. I have one lav mic, I have one small one, and I have a big one that I don't really use anymore because it's too big. Anyway, where are we for time now? Oh, we've got a little bit of time left. Let's see here. You won the lottery. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. All right, what is this? Life is a wonderful gift. That's another reason to travel. What does it say here? Yeah, that's another reason. Life is a wonderful gift. I think they're reaching here. As you travel, you'll realize how precious your life is. Follow the same old routine every day leads to stress or worry, or worse, depression. I understand that. Yes, it does. But, that's life. Most people are not traveling every day of their whole life. So, you start traveling, you'll see that the world is filled with beautiful people and things. And you'll be grateful for all the moments you've had in your life. I really think they're stretching here. Have an adventure, to relax. People forget that reason. To celebrate, like for a birthday, anniversary, graduation, and to escape. There you go. That's mine. I wanted to escape from the monotony of life. Who's they? Who the hell's they? They say. I think it depends on who they are. Some prices go up. That's the way of the world. There is inflation everywhere. But here in Thailand, things are still pretty good. It helps you appreciate your life. When you're facing problems or are stuck in a boring routine, there you go right there. You may start to lose sight of the most important thing of life. I don't know what is the most important thing in life. Oh, and that is that you are alive. Well, I take that for granted. It's better to be above ground than below. When I start feeling otherwise, then I know that my time is up. Everything is important to you because you are alive. Traveling helps you realize how lucky you are. That's true. It also helps to appreciate your home. I love that word, bellends. God. Appreciate your home. When we spend some time away in a foreign place that doesn't have the same luxuries that are usually available to us, like villages that don't have electricity, we are not only become more aware, but more appreciative of things we have at home. Okay, well that's a pretty basic one. Be grateful for what you have. Now, listen, I still use this Rogue coffee maker that was bestowed upon me by Longhorns. I don't know how many years ago, probably 4 years ago. I use that fucking thing every single day. No electricity. Nothing. The only thing is now my kid stuffs the coffee in the thing. And I generally don't have to do it anymore. He does it for me. I'm gonna have to do it now. He is moving. He is leaving for school, I think, on Tuesday. So in a week, he's got a week, and then he starts school, and he'll be there and won't be at home. And sometimes be grateful for what you don't have. Yes. And the thing is, it's so easy. That thing is so easy to use. Pour a little hot water in the bad boy, squeeze, done. I know it doesn't matter if there's electricity or not. I got myself an espresso. Why would I go to Singapore? I've been there, done that. And Singapore is good for going shopping, for going to an event. For a weekend, if you want to go shopping or to an event or to a good restaurant, you can get that here very easily as well. And that's it for me. I wouldn't want to live there. And my wife and I talked about that as well. When she was looking at the thing that says, "Would you like to relocate?" And we were talking about, what about this place? What about that place? I wish Bangkok had movie theaters showing independent films. Is there any? There are some, but not many. You can't go out. Midai. Sibit mo. Every single day. Poor bastards. I wish they would just put a sign up. 11 o'clock you can go out. 11 o'clock you can come in. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Singapore. It's a cool place, and for 3-4 days, it's pretty cool. After that, I start getting a little bit antsy. Maybe that's the island fever or whatever, similar to that. This time next week, I'll be halfway to Singapore. They say the truth is prices in Thailand have risen a lot since the pandemic. I mean, that is a valid question. You can't go out until 11 o'clock. Something smells really good in here. The prices of things that most people who don't live here are buying, you're not even really going to notice. The prices of hotels are not up, they're down. If you're coming to get, listen, I had some pad thai the other day. I had some pad thai with pork belly in it, which I've never had before. And to be honest, it really wasn't great. I would have rather had just chicken in it. But I mean, you go to a place now. I mean, I look at it like this. When I first came here, stuff was 10 baht, 15 baht for fried rice, 15 baht with an egg, 20 baht with an egg maybe. Now that same thing is 60 baht. So if it went from 50 to 60 baht, it's not that big of a deal right now. What's a big deal to me is the price of, say, chicken and beef going up. But still, it's not like we eat so much that it's going to drastically affect our lifestyle. Not really. Sibet mo. That's like 4 people now already. 7 days in Singapore is okay if you haven't been there before. Yeah. I mean, I know people that live there. I know some people that they've lived there their whole lives, but I know like one guy in particular lived there, and he was like, it's a great place for me to make money and for my career. He's like, but when it comes to my family, he goes, I want to be closer to. He was British. He wanted to be closer to his British family, so he moved back to the UK, and I understand that as well. I mean, yeah. Didn't you say that yesterday? Wasn't that you yesterday that said that? Things have gone up 30%. Well, it depends on what you're talking about, first of all, really. It depends on what you're talking about. 30%, maybe in certain areas, but like to say, oh God, Thailand's expensive now because it's went up so much, it's not gone up that much. And I've been saying it for even before the pandemic. Thailand is not cheap. It is cheaper. And in fact, some things, like if you're going to buy a computer or something like that, they're going to be as much or more many times than what you would pay elsewhere. Come on, housing, dude, that's ridiculous. Housing, cafes, restaurants because it's food. Okay, food prices have started to go up because pork prices, chicken prices have gone up, beef prices have gone up. Okay, they've gone up, and it's mainly because of the pandemic. But other than that, cafes, I mean, Starbucks goes up every year or so. It goes up by 5 or 10 baht each item. So it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's not like something has changed. Housing, no. Definitely not. Especially if they're from Hong Kong. The Hong Kong hamster prices are going to be going way up. You're not going to be able to find them in the pet stores because they've all been eliminated. Yeah. Western style clothes, yeah. I mean, you know, I bought some, what the hell are they? Asics. A couple of months ago. The things, you know, they're normally 6,000, 7,000 baht. That's like $200 US. And I got them for fucking song and a dance. You know, I mean, they were like $90 on sale or whatever, you know. People are just not used to the new price. Yeah, okay, I guess that if you say so. Prices are always changing. And so, when it comes to housing prices have not gone up much here. In fact, in many cases, they've gone down. Food prices have gone up a little bit when it comes to like if you're coming here to live and you don't know Thailand, you're probably not even going to notice it. If you're coming here and you've been here before, you spend a lot of time here, and you really know the country, and you know, like you go shopping at the grocery all the time, like I do, you're going to see it. Like I said the other day, you go in, you buy a beef, and it used to be 136 baht for 400 grams. Now you go in, you get something for 80 baht for 200 grams. So that's 160 versus 136. Okay, the price goes up. Chicken, price goes up from 86 baht to 116 baht. You're going to see that. But if you don't live here and you're just traveling around for a while, you're not going to notice. Which is that's part of the whole problem with people who are constantly saying Thailand is so cheap. To them, it's cheaper than back home. Okay, in some cases it is. As a tourist, it might be. When it comes to getting a hotel now, you can get a hotel for a song and a dance. You can get it for a steal, you know. Well, then you may notice a little change then. But, you know, in 2 years, the price would change with or without the pandemic, you know. I mean, people notice it now, but I think they notice it because of how stifled many of the businesses are or have been in the past 2 years. Otherwise, you know, if I'm not bitching and moaning about it, then it's probably not a big deal. I bitch and moan more about the Starbucks prices. You know, if they had raised the price of this water to 30 baht, I might be like, what the fuck? They already raised it from 15 to 20, 20 to 25 back, I don't know, a couple years ago. Okay, well, you may not find that to be true when you come over here. Some things are cheaper and some things are not. As I said, if you look at it category by category, the value here tends to be better. The cost of living is lower, and it depends on where you live. But it depends on what you're buying. You know, go buy some seafood from the market. It's going to be cheaper than the seafood back in the U.S., especially now. The U.S. prices have gone up. I know they've gone up, at least in a couple places. You know, so I just wouldn't think about it that much. I wouldn't worry about it. It's not like it's going to add an extra $500 a month onto your living expenses. Anyway, Thailand is very cheap. It's so cheap. I mean, you go and get a fried rice now, and usually it's going to be at least 40 baht. Fucking fried rice used to be 10 baht when I first came over here. Now, that's a long time ago. But even a couple of years ago, it was 25, 30 baht. So, you know, it's gone up a fair amount. Here comes another one. Well, I know in Florida that prices have gone up for sure. I know that's absolute. Would you say the double pricing for tourists have gone up because of lack of tourists? Double pricing? What are you talking about? Double pricing for what? Dual pricing. No, it hasn't been my experience that the dual pricing has gone up. It's the same. It's still double to 4 times to 10 times more than what they pay. Still with us, Gennaro? There you go. Okay, so what is that supposed to mean? First of all, I don't believe that. I don't believe they've doubled. Really, I don't know, where you're getting your information from, but I know somebody very well. I know several people very, very well that they're doing business with Phuket all the time. They're involved in the tourism industry, and they're not talking about prices going up like that. In fact, prices are lower. Now, if you're going on some excursion where you're the only person, and generally there are 10 people, then they're going to make you pay more money per person. So, that's not surprising at all. she's yapping about over there. They used to have the newspaper here. Ever since the pandemic, they don't bring the newspaper in, which was always nice because it's very difficult to get the Bangkok Post now. Just from like they got a little periodical place. They sell all kinds of Thai stuff, and they don't sell the English newspapers anymore. They used to. Now they don't sell them anymore. It's like, and so I used to get them here, the Nation and the Bangkok Post. I could at least read them when I was here, and now they don't bring them in. They must think that you're going to get COVID from touching the newspaper. So anyway, well, I highly suggest leaving a thumbs up if you feel so inclined, and also subscribing if you have not done so already, and becoming a member of my channel. You can do that by clicking the join button, and there are reasons for that, and you will see them very soon. Quite shortly, you will see these reasons. Just like there's reasons for coming to Thailand. You sound like somebody vaguely familiar, Roman. Jesus Christ. And I advise everyone to see Thailand. It's an amazing country. Okay. There's a lot of places to see in the world. And yes, Thailand, I think everybody should come to Thailand at least once. You getting this, Gennaro? Anyway, Andy, thank you very much. You kept me from being shut out today. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I wanted to go over. Where's my list at? What happened to my list? All my lists. Oh, here. Conclusion. And that's appropriate. If you've been thinking of the reasons why you should travel, you have more than enough right now. I don't know. I think it depends on where you're going to travel to. Choke D to you, Andy. Don't wait until something significant happens in your life to start traveling. The doors are always open. Well, this was made back in May of 2020, and they didn't say one word about what's going on in the world right now. But, you know, the doors are not always open. As it says here. Where was I? I lost my place here. The doors are always open. Plus, you don't have to be loaded to start traveling. That's true. You have all you need to start your journey. All you need is, if you're traveling internationally, in most cases, all you need is a passport, a little dough, and a way to get there. You could jump on a boat. I mean, you could work your way across the ocean if you really want to. That's not my preferred method, but as I did back in the day, you know, I used an air courier, and I don't know if they're even, I don't think there's any air couriers like that now. But you know, if anybody knows of them, let me know. I mean, those are a good way to travel. They were a good way to travel. Only thing is, you know, they use your baggage, so you can only carry one bag. And if you're coming over here for, say, a week, you know, you might need more than what you can carry. At least some people might. You have all you need. By traveling, you are going to see new things, taste different kinds of food, meet new people, and experience new cultures. You'll also break up your normal routine, which is starting to get boring. Life is precious. Travel as much as you can and enjoy yourself. And sometimes, quite honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes there is nothing better than waking up in the morning. I mean, I love this. Waking up early in the morning, I go downstairs, I'm piddling, do my obligatory take a leak, wash my face, and then, no, young my butt, cup. Sorry, it's not me. They're not open. Go downstairs, make a little cup of a little espresso. The wife comes stumbling down. She makes a coffee. We sit there. We shoot the breeze for 10, 15 minutes. I like that. There's something to be said for the little things, for the monotony. But when you get tired of that monotony, then it's time to pick up and bail and go travel. Travel as much as you can and enjoy yourself. So I guess my point is, you can enjoy yourself at home, but when you really are trying hard to enjoy yourself and you can't anymore, travel is a nice monotony breaker. Well, what is the temperature in Bangkok right now? .31 degrees right now, Celsius. We will soon be in the hottest part of the year here in Thailand. It'd be interesting to see if they allow Songkran. I don't believe they're going to allow the big Chinese New Year festival down in Chinatown or any other place. Be interesting to see if they do. But both will be interesting. I want to see just how much are they learning to live with it. We'll find out soon. So, anyway, like I said, do me a favor, leave a thumbs up. It's 90% humidity right now, Andy, so it is going to be hot. And that's why today I just have very little to do. Although when I get home I do, but I just have to go get some groceries real quick. Go home, boom, back in the AC. And I'll be nice and comfy. 4 degrees cooler on the island. Oh. Tallow. So it's 31 there where you are, which is the same temperature as Bangkok. Yes, after watching Gunsmoke all day, it helps to throw in some Virginian, Cheyenne, Bonanza, MASH, Tales of Wells Fargo. Cold as hell near Chicago, 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Roman, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I would not worry about the price as of yet. The price is. If I'm not worrying about them, you probably don't have to worry about them. And believe me, I'm not all that worried about them. You know what? Yesterday for lunch, I went across to the noodle lady. We only have one noodle lady now. We used to have the chicken lady and the pork lady. Although she's not just the pork lady, she's a noodle lady. But I went over to the one lady that now serves the quid tio. And, I get the little crunchy patongo things. She puts in a bunch of them into my soup. That's 10 baht, and I get an extra large bowl of noodles, which is 50 baht, not 40. So I pay 60 baht, which is $2 for a bowl of noodles. Now that bowl of noodles used to be about 20 or 25 baht when I first got here. But a couple of years ago, it was still, she's only raised the price 10 baht in two and a half, 3 years. So, you know, overall, it's not going to kill you. Do you have the AC running at home most of the day when you're home? When I'm home, well, you know, we don't have it on all the time, no. We have it on, I'd say half the time, but, you know, it gets too cold. Our AC gets, we have two of them. We have two. We have more, but two that work. The other ones we're not fixing because they're not ours. You know, like right now, the one in my office is shut. But when I go back home, I'll crank it up. Now, it'll probably get a little bit too cold. And sometimes I just go out of the room and do whatever I have to do. Sometimes I take the, you know, I go do some things outside, and then I come back in, and it doesn't seem that cold. But most of the time, I'll just shut it off for a while. Then when it starts to get warm again, I'll turn it on. Now, in the midsummer, when it's as hot as it's going to get, then I crank it up, and the electric bill can get quite high, but it's been very low for the last couple of months. I mean, you know, it could be 200 US a month or more, 230 a month for our electricity. But like, you know, last month it was like 120. So that it was the lowest it's been in a long time, and that's because I'm out and about more. I'm worried about Nana prices if it ever opens up again. Not really. I worry about the exchange rate. Now, I do worry about the exchange rate, but when I looked earlier this morning, it was above 33. I want it to stay above 33, and I want that safety margin, which is why I want it to be around 33.5, 33.7. But it was 33.02, and now it might even be a little bit below. I don't know. Let's see here. Can't you just turn this thing? 33.0361 at the moment. No, sorry. Depends on where you look. 32.939668. So we're under 33. That is a bit worrisome. I guess you get used to the heat somewhat. You learn to tolerate it a little bit, but I can tell you that when I wake up and go, you know, when we go for a walk in the morning, it's not all that hot. By the time we get back, both of us are generally sweating a little bit, and me, you know, it's like I'm sweating my ass off, so I always peel everything off and take a shower, and it's nice to have the AC there when you want it. When we're in Thailand, we leave it on during the night. We have a fan in the living room. Each room has its own AC. That's how it is in our place. It also depends on what part of Thailand you're in, you know, the time of the year, so. Anyway, all right, where was I here with this? Where's this chick? This author. Well, I think we know why we travel. I think we're all aware of it. Now, I would boil it down to three things. And one is the triangle. There's just, come on, for men, that's why a lot of the men travel. They want to go. They want to go to the women. They want to see the women. They want to be with the women. They want the opportunity to be with women, whatever it might be. Two, they want to get away, and have a bit of an adventure. And three, I think it's an escape from boredom. So those are my reasons. Use cooling power to cool them down. Listen, the cooling powder helps, but when you're in the middle of a really hot Thai day, that cooling powder is not going to help that much. It's like the highlight of my day. I get to count how many people try to come through the door. And once in a while, somebody will push really hard and they'll get pissed and start shaking on the door. Oh my God. In the Army, they took it away for a year, and guess I got used to it. We visited friends on a canal in Samut Songkram, and the humidity was unbearable. You could taste the air. Yeah, once in a while I'll be somewhere, and it could be Bangkok, it could be somewhere else in Thailand or wherever. The most humidity that I've ever felt, really, I think, is probably in Myanmar, when Longhorns and I were together. And the humidity was so bad, it was shutting my laptop. God damn it! It was shutting my camera down. My camera kept shutting down because there was too much humidity in the air, and it wasn't sealed. So that's why I have a weather sealed camera now. I travel with the wife, so it's culture all the way for me. Yeah. When we are down in the south, and we haven't been there in a while, but when we go down and we stay at her mother's old place, there's no AC. There are fans, but there's no AC. And there are like big wooden windows, and we don't want to keep them open at night because of the bugs. And so, in the day they're open, and you keep the fan on, and then at nighttime you close the windows, the wooden windows, and just crank those fans up. No AC down there, and it can be miserable. But that's why you do take, if you take lots of showers and you use the cooling powder, it makes it a little more bearable. Unless you're walking around like I have done in the past, and you're walking for 4 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours a day, and you are literally, you're completely soaked from sweat, then it's uncomfortable, because even with the powder, it just doesn't work. Now the place is emptied out. Got one guy over there, got one guy in the corner, and that's it. And me. Nothing worse than trying to sleep in the heat and humidity. The muzzy buzzing around to top things off. Yeah, they get to be, the mosquitoes don't bite me that much here. Almost never do I have mosquito bites. It's funny, because, my wife and my kids, they'll be like, they're terrible. And they, will light up the coil or whatever they got to do. And try zapping them and all that kind of stuff with the racket. and I'm like laughing because they don't bite me. They don't want me. They must find me repulsive. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's time to go. It's time to say farewell. Things to do, places to go, people to see. Oh yeah. So, one last time, thumbs up, subscribe, check the description for all the way that you guys can continue to help support the channel. And until next time, Choke D, Jerken Mai, and all that good stuff. I'm Scott, I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke D, Leo, Jerken Mai. Hasta luego. Bye-bye. Arrivederci. Farewell. Bon voyage. Andy, how many days? Like 8? Something like that. You're welcome. See ya. All right. 7 if you count today. Okay. All right. So another week or so. Good deal. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Ciao. And Bilal, let me know you're all right if you're listening.